Hi, I'm Ahyat Ishak, and today we're going to talk about how to become a strategic property investor, and we're looking into property markets. So we've looked into it already: primary, secondary, and auction markets. So we've known what type of properties that exist in these three categories. Now let's look into the benefits and the risks of each category very quickly for you to understand how to make an investment decision on products in these three different categories. So now first, primary market. You're buying from developers. What is good about buying from developers? Most of the time, you would be buying something that could possibly appreciate upon completion. So if you buy a property right now from a developer, 2 years later, it would most likely appreciate maybe 10-20%, maybe, right? Maybe. So you're buying ahead of time. Okay. Number two, some benefits of it is basically you're going to buy brand new products. So you're going to buy a brand new condo, a brand new shop lot and stuff like that. So most people like to buy brand new properties, right? Properties that has never been owned by anybody else. So that's some benefits. Some disadvantage of the primary market is basically there's a possibility that the project is abandoned, and that one I have to write. So there could be abandoned projects, right? Abandoned projects. There is a very strong possibility. Of course, you need to be smart in selecting the developers, but there's a possibility on that. There could be also a problem with delayed construction, that they promise you that it will be delivered in 2 years or 3 years, but instead it's delayed, and perhaps you want to stay there and stuff like that. So that's some of the risks. Another risk is herd mentality, because developers do such a good job at promoting their primary products, that means new property launches, that it's just so enticing for you to buy. You just can't resist it. So you could be in for a herd mentality, and the worst thing is it could be something that the common market or the general market might not be able to absorb later on when it's delivered. So there's a couple of risks there. Let's talk about secondary. So secondary products are products that you buy from other previous owners, and some of the benefits is basically it cannot be abandoned because it's already built. So it's something that you can touch and feel and see for yourself. So that's really good. That's a very good benefit of it. And other than that, some secondary market products already exist in very matured environments, matured neighborhoods. So that's good also, that you're buying into something that has all the facilities and amenities around it. So that's the benefits. And some of the risks involved in secondary market is sometimes they are old. They are old, and they are not something of desire. So if you are intending to sell it later, maybe it gets too old, and maybe not a lot of people want to rent it out, or maybe not a lot of people want to buy it later. And another thing is, some people said, some other people made money from it. And you know how Malaysians are, we can't accept the fact that some other people made money from it. So they don't like buying secondary products. So some of those things. So when it's one more thing about being old, there could also be a lot of repairs and renovations to it. So those are some of the risks. And auction, what is good about auction? Basically, you can buy property below market price if you're lucky in today's market. There's so many investors going into this market already, so you'll be lucky if you can get some lower market price. But there's a lot of risks involved in it. Most of the time, you can't go into the property to actually investigate and check it out. You don't know what type of repairs and renovations that's needed. And then auction, there's a lot of horror stories about auction, but there's a lot of people who actually really concentrates on auction. So there's a lot of repairs maybe, and also you might not get it at market price anymore. This is the common belief, that you get auction properties below market price. So once you understand all these three segments, then you can decide which one is good for you. There's a lot more other benefits and risks, like for primary source market. One of the good benefits is that developers always give you packages and special deals where you don't have to come up with a lot of cash flow. That's primary. Whereas in secondary, you have to come up with a lot of cash flow because nobody is going to finance all those legal fees and all those stuff. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and catch up with you on the next videos. Thank you and bye-bye.